Hi and welcome back to Normski TV. Just want to look at the game we had back on, was it Sunday? Yeah, Sunday evening, Sunday afternoon. 2 days gone. Thought I'd come and just bring you the review and player ratings. What a 60 minutes of great football by the Arsenal. Absolutely fantastic to see the attacking play, the way we pressed Leeds in the first half, and up until 20 minutes into the second half, and then we started to tire a little bit, but I'll talk about that further down in the video. And looking at the team selection, there was a couple of players that I didn't expect to start, even though I said I would like to have seen Odegaard start. He did start him. Granit Xhaka alongside Ceballos. He left out Holding and put Luiz as partner in Gabriel. So that was interesting as well. And also Aubameyang playing down the front as the striker. So it was an all-round good performance, even though we had a little scare towards the end of the game. As I said, for 60 minutes we played well, but then there's one thing about Arsenal: we need to, once we kill off teams, look 4-0 up, going into the second half, we've scored an early goal in the second half, relatively early, shall I say. We're comfortable. Now we should see the game out, and that's the only thing I would have against Arsenal, is that we need to be able to see the game out, and about game management. It seems like we just kept trying to go for it. Two goals that could have been avoided, and one obviously a fault of David Luiz. I felt that he had the run of the Leeds defender, who was able to just do a bullet header and get that first goal, and then Rafinha running off of Bellerin, who just was not aware of his of the player behind him. And that's the problem with Bellerin. He has these lapses in concentration when it comes to defending. He played relatively well, as I said, got a goal as well, very good goal, near side post, but it's just his defending that lets him down. So it is what it is with Bellerin. But as I said, you'll see my ratings for him when we come to player ratings. But as I said, in general, let's just look at the side that we Arteta picked, with Leno in goal, Bellerin at right back, Luiz and Mangales as the two central defenders, Suarez as the left back. And then you have the two in front with Ceballos and Saka. Saka on the right, Odegaard in that number 10 role, and Smith Rowe playing as the left attacking midfielder, and Aubameyang obviously down the middle, as the striker. I was expecting Pepe to start. I don't even think he even got on, and I don't even want to say about why Arteta decides that he's going to bring on Willian. That's another joke. I went completely doolally when I saw him coming on. I thought, no, what are you doing? Is this guy, there's got to be something in his contract why this guy has to play. I don't get it why Arteta has to pick this guy. You got Martinelli sitting on the bench. As I said, Pepe sitting on the bench. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe saving them for the Benfica game, but I don't know. He might go with the same sort of team against Benfica on Thursday. So, as I say, when I come to do the preview for that game, it'll be interesting to sort of see what kind of lineup I would like to see, and obviously what Arteta will be picking. But let's focus on the game, the player ratings for this game. And as I said, it was a great 60 minutes of Arsenal attacking. The front three, so fluid, or four should I say, they were just so fluid. Odegaard, I think he ran the most in terms of a distance covered. Saka literally just tore into Leeds' defence. They were panicking whenever he picked up that ball. They were absolutely panicking. Smith Rowe getting an assist where he meant to do it as an assist. It looked like he was trying to go for the far corner, but the ball kind of landed for Aubameyang, who got his hat-trick with his head. But who cares? The main fact is Aubameyang is scoring. He gets his hat-trick, which I'm really pleased about. He's now back in scoring form, and hopefully this may continue. This will be the start of Aubameyang now. As I said, we took the game to Leeds. In my last preview, I said that we need to take the game to Leeds. We need to exploit the space, exploit their weakness. Their goalkeeper's very suspect. He was the one that gave the penalty away. I don't think he should have got sent off. Some people were saying he should have got sent off, but it was actually a covering defender when he actually took down Saka. And then there was another penalty that should have been given. And VAR, the referee, everybody, I mean, right across the board, when we're looking at the way the referee and VAR over that weekend, they really need to go back to the drawing board, and a lot of these referees and the people that are in Stockley Park, I don't know what they're watching. I really do not know what they're watching. Absolutely do not know what they're watching. That was a blatant penalty, the first one on Saka, and they didn't give it. He literally got pushed over in the box. Anywhere else on the pitch, he's going to get a free kick. But as I said, it is what it is, and VAR really need to fix up. The referees need to fix up. Absolutely atrocious refereeing over the last few weeks, if not months. Absolutely joke right now. But look, Arsenal took the game to Leeds. We pressed them, didn't give them no time on the ball, even though, Leeds, had a lot of changes, a couple of injuries that they had, so they had to sort of rejig the side. But it doesn't matter. We've got to play who's in front of us. And Leeds, as I said, they're a team that keeps going. They're very fit. So we matched them for work rate for the 60 minutes. But the thing about Leeds is that it don't matter how many goals they're down, they will still keep coming. And we saw that was evident when they got those 2 goals back. And it got a little bit shaky because you're thinking penalty, Bamford could have had a penalty. And looking at it back now, it is between, I think it's Gabriel, I can't remember who, I think it might have been Louise, I can't remember who the other player was, or Granit Xhaka, where, Bamford is obviously going through on goal and literally he's sandwiched. When you look back at it, anywhere on the pitch, it's a free kick. So, we've got away with it. You get that penalty, it's 4-3, then, it's squeaky bum time. But we got away with it. You might say in this instant that I'm kind of backing VAR here. You know what I mean? But it's not the case. It's not the case. As I said, they need to fix up with VAR and the refereeing situation. So we saw at the game eventually. Leno didn't have to do much apart from, let's say, the 2 balls he needed to pick out the back of the net. Made a couple of good saves, which I was really pleased about. But the main thing is that Arsenal, and this is the thing about Arsenal, they're not as fit as the Leeds, and you could see that they were starting to tire. They were starting to sort of drop more deep. And as I said, I think Arteta needed to bring on like El Nene instead of bringing on Willian. Why, take off Smith Rowe and bring on Willian? I don't get it. Bring on El Nene. Get some legs in the middle of the park, because you could see that Sabalas just looked tired. Granit Xhaka was starting to tire, you know what I mean? So you need some fresh legs in the middle of the park. So for me, I'm really pleased about the performance, the 60 minutes of performance. But, we can't be a side that's only playing for 60 minutes or 45 minutes. We need to be playing for the full 90 minutes. Because as you say, if you give teams an inch in the Premier League, and I had memories of the Newcastle game where we was comfortably winning 4-0 away at Newcastle, and that last goal from Czech Tiote and make it 4, it just felt like a loss, and I was thinking, oh no. And then the Tottenham game, when Harry Redknapp was the manager of Tottenham, and they came back, I think it was Lennon that got the equaliser. I mean, I just did not want to see that happening. But to be honest, we managed to see the game out, and we was really pleased about that. We're currently lying 10th at the moment, so we're in the top 10 at the moment. We've jumped ahead of Leeds, but even though they've still got a game in hand, we have got a tough game coming up on Sunday. Big game against Man City. Man, I just even if I could just take a draw, I don't know how we're going to approach this game, but we're not going to be able to match them in terms of footballing. Technique or nothing like that. It's going to be backs against the wall, batten down, get ready for a slapping. But listen, we needed to get that win. You know, it was kind of what I would say, when they got those 2 goals, it kind of sort of covered over the shine in terms of, I really wanted a clean sheet. But listen, we go into this game, you know, against Benfica on Thursday. Aubameyang's going to be buzzing and, you know, rearing to go with getting his hat-trick. So I'm really pleased about Aubameyang. And just generally, I'd say in general, the whole team played well. Do you know what I mean? And you can only just give them praise. Do you know what I mean? It was a good performance, and we need to continue this. We need to continue this. As I say, we have got a tough set of fixtures coming up. The next 6 fixtures are going to be very tough. So, you know, we've got, as I said, 3 points. I said, my daughter said we'd get 5 out of the next 7. We've got 3. So we've got to draw at least 2 games. Maybe Man City. Let's draw them. Get a draw against them. You never know. Maybe even be able to nick a 1-0 win. Who knows? Who knows? But let's just get into the player ratings. Let's start off with Leno in goal. Very good with his distribution, getting the ball out much quicker. Made a couple of good saves. There's nothing he could do with the bullet header, and even the second goal, there was nothing he could do. I'm gonna give Leno a 7. I'm gonna give Leno a 7. Now Bellerin, he got us the goal, very good goal. Nice bit of link-up play. I mean, Saka started off the move, just creating havoc in the box, just, you know, handing off the defenders, playing the ball to, I think he played it to Aubameyang, who then clipped it back over, where I think it was Bellerin headed it down to Sabalas, and a nice little nutmeg assist, and Bellerin, lovely, bang. You know, gets the 3rd goal, near side. Goalkeeper should have done better, but who cares? He gets the goal, and yeah, it's good. But that'll probably be the only time, well, saying that, he did get a crucial goal against Chelsea season and a half ago, but he's got a goal. The only thing with Bellerin is his defence. He's lapsed in defence, and what I find with him is that he's not a good footballer. In terms of his footballing technique, he's lost his pace. As I said, he's an inverted wing back. You know, he likes to come in, cut in, and he makes it too obvious. And he just hasn't got pace no more. So when he's like going down the wing, you know, he aimlessly, when he, you know, is going to play a ball across, you know, he's either hitting the first man or it's going out for a throw on the other side. Touch not very good. Defending, in terms of his defensive lapse, he just keeps happening. He had an okay game, but I think for letting that player run off him and not realising he was there, I'm going to give Bellerin a 6. I'm going to give Bellerin a 6. Even though he got the goal, I'm going to give him a 6. David Luiz, again, played okay, defended pretty okay up until that point where, you've got to be strong when you've got a guy who's got to have the running. You've got to be jumping higher than that. All right, it's difficult because, you know, when you've got a defender that's got the run on you, and it was a bullet header, he had no chance, the goalkeeper. But David Luiz has got to do better. It's just one thing about him. You know, the guy needs to jump higher. He needs to put the player off, but it's just like he just got knocked out of the way. I'm going to give David Luiz a 6 as well. Gabriel Magalhaes, again, he played well. A much better game than the last game. He still likes to press high up the pitch to try and close down the midfield and that. And sometimes, as I said, he keeps leaving that vacating that space in the back. But Jenny had an okay game. Again, I'm going to give him a 6. I think Cedric Soares was probably the best out of the back four. You know, he was able to link up well with Smith Rowe. You know, putting in a number of crosses where needed and just linking up play with Smith Rowe and doing a pretty much defensive job. Rafinha was pretty much kept quiet. He didn't really, apart from the fact that the assist came from the other side, on Bellerin's side from the corner, but or, you know, when he switched, but he didn't really have much change against Cedric Soares. So for me, I'm going to give Cedric Soares a 7. All right, in the middle of the park, Dani Ceballos and Granit Xhaka. Now, Ceballos, great assist, nice little nutmeg, but he just looks, I don't know what it is about Ceballos. He's there, and he's got a funny, awkward run. I notice he's got a funny, awkward run. When he's running, it's just like he's running in quicksand. That's the only way I could describe it. It's just like he's not covering ground at all. It doesn't look like he's covering it quick. you know, played okay. Not one of his best games, but you know, he did what he needed to do. You know, and I was pretty much scared when I saw that it was going to be Danny Ceballos, Saka, and Odegaard in that kind of midfield area, and I was thinking, oh, up against Leeds, you know. But we done pretty well. We kept them quiet, and I think we controlled the game. You know, we had the percentage of possession, so we kind of controlled the game. So I'm going to give Danny Ceballos a 6 as well. Granit Xhaka, again, you know, didn't really notice much from him, and I think that's good. You know, still does his back passes and stuff like that. You know, every now and again he will play that forward pass, but all in all, you know, the Premier League is just too fast for this guy. But he wasn't troubled, so I wasn't on him. So again, I'm going to give him a 6 as well. So I'm giving out a lot of 6s at the moment. But let's go to so yeah, Granit Xhaka, I'm going to give a 6. But let's go to Saka. What this guy? I mean, if it wasn't for Aubameyang, I would have given this guy the man of the match. I'm going to give this guy a 9. Just the way he literally took the game to Leeds. He had them in trouble, left, right, and centre. This guy was running the game, and this guy. Listen, he's only 19 and there's so much potential in this guy. And if we're not careful, you know, there's going to be teams hovering around him. And the thing about it, if we're not in Europe, he's going to maybe think, well, boy, you know, I'd love to play in Champions League or, do you know what I mean? And, you know, there's a good chance that we could end up, you know, being out of Europe completely. I don't know how that will affect him, is whether, you know, you know, come the summer, it will be interesting to see if teams start to sniff around him and that. He was one time linked with Liverpool. But, you know, he signed a contract. But I just hope that he will stay, because I'm telling you, we need to build the team around this guy. This guy is absolutely phenomenal, brilliant, star player. And, you know, for me, if it wasn't for Aubameyang getting his hat-trick, I would be giving this man of the match. But I'm going to give Saka a 9. Odegaard played well as well. Very technical, very good on the ball, just kept things ticking over, linked up well. And it's interesting that Arteta played Odegaard and Smith Rowe and Saka, because these guys were just creating havoc. The movement, which gave Aubameyang the space to run in behind, or just to cause havoc, you know, in that back four of Leeds. Hence why, you know, albeit penalties, he's got his hat-trick. But these guys, what they do is they create the space for Aubameyang, you know, for his movement, because he has got very good movement. And Odegaard, as I said, played really well, linked up well with the front three. I'm giving Odegaard a 7. Smith Rowe, again, had a very good game as well, played really well, got the assist, stroke, trying to get a goal. But listen, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You know, his teammates were bantering him about it, saying he was really shooting. But it doesn't matter. I thought at first he hit it with the outside of his boot, but it was actually the inside, and it looked like he was trying to whip it into the far corner, but he didn't catch it well. And fortunate enough, you know, Aubameyang was there on the end of it to header it in to get his hat-trick and to put us up 4-2. So yeah, it's great. I mean, it's brilliant. And Smith Rowe, I'm going to give him also a 7 as well. I'm going to give Smith Rowe a 7. Up front, Aubameyang. He's back scoring. He's got his hat-trick. Very well taken penalty. Fantastic first goal. Just, again, causing problems in their area, and nicely took it on his right foot, bottom left-hand corner. Sent the goalkeeper wrong-footed him, basically. And, you know, puts it in the left-hand corner and, you know, gets the first goal for us, and he's on his way. And then, obviously, the penalty, very well taken penalty, very calm. Puts it in the top left-hand corner, fantastic again, or the side netting, should I say. And then the header to get his hat-trick. And yeah, brilliant stuff from Aubameyang. And I'm going to give Aubameyang a 9 and the man of the match. I'm going to give him a 9 and the man of the match. Was working well on the ball and off the ball, worked hard, intensely hard for the side, and I was really pleased with his work rate and what he was doing with the ball and without the ball. At 62 minutes, they take off Smith Rowe and bring on Willian. And this is where I was saying about Arteta and his man management. And when I say man management, the actual management of the game, you know, I was really looking to maybe keep Smith Rowe on, bring on El Nene, bring a bit of or even not bring on El Nene yet. Maybe bring on Pepe or Martinelli, because these guys can cause even more problems. They've got energy, trickery. He brings on Willian, and I think, he didn't do anything, but I could have probably counted. He must have. I don't think he touched the ball more than 7 or 8 times. And it's just Willian. I think there's something in his contract clause that this guy has to play. Willian is Willian. I'm giving him I'm going to give him a 4 or 5. 4.5. That's what I'm giving him, a 4.5. Bordering a 5. Didn't do really much. El Nene came on for Odegaard. Just kept things tight in the middle of the park. Just made sure that we didn't get overrun, and that, as I said, the last 20 minutes or so was a little bit squeaky bum time, but we managed to see the game out. I'm going to give El Nene also. I'm going to give him a 5 as well. Rob Holding, not going to really score him because he came off for Dani Ceballos, 89th minute. Didn't really do much, so I'm not going to even give him a score. Arteta, good team selection because we've won the game. The only thing the gripe I've got against you is the fact that you need to make your changes a bit earlier and bringing on the right players. You keep bringing on Willian. I don't know what Martinelli has done to you, and why now all of a sudden Pepe's not getting a game. Now maybe you're sort of preparing him and keeping him back for the Benfica game. I'm assuming that's what the case is. But for that, man, I'm gonna have to mark you down a bit on that. You know what I mean? You would have probably got a 9 for me, but I'm going to give you an 8 for the fact that you brought on Willian. As I said, good team selection, and it was good to see attacking. And I think your philosophy in terms of playing Odegaard, Smith Rowe, and Saka to create more attacking flair and creativity in that front three, giving the space for Aubameyang in terms of his movement, meant that it freed him up. It absolutely freed him up, and there was a lot more creativity there. A lot of where they were literally switching sides and stuff like that. So that was really, really good by Arteta. So I'm going to give Arteta an 8. And the referee, you ain't getting a score from me. VAR, you ain't getting a score from me until you guys sit down and take a good look at yourselves, the way you're refereeing games right across the Premier League. Absolutely atrocious. The VAR, the whole lot needs to review. Come the summer, they need to sit down. The referees need to sit down. FA, whoever it is, needs to sit down with these guys, because literally they are messing up time and time again. But listen, guys, it was a fantastic win. I'm really pleased. And just looking forward to the Benfica game, which is coming up on Thursday. We'll be doing a preview for that tomorrow. I'm hoping to do a what's going on video podcast. Hopefully it won't be a long one, so I'm hoping that I'm calling you out, Dave, I'm calling you out, Cove, just a preview of the weekend. Some good wins for Arsenal and Chelsea, Liverpool. What's going on? What is going on? But listen, it's been a good week. Hopefully we can top it off with a win against Benfica away, which we're going to be playing in Rome. And then we have the big game on Sunday against Man City. But listen, what I say is built up. Get ready for a beatdown. But listen, guys, please like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for subscribing. Listen, 3 away from 120. And then the next journey, let's get to 150. So thanks again, everybody. Take care.